Does being computer-generated give you a fighting chance? Or is it mostly an impediment? Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 CGI versus non-CGI character fights in film. For this list, we'll be looking at the best bouts in movies wherein one combatant is primarily constructed through the use of CGI. The amount of CGI used may vary to some degree, but there must be a pronounced difference between the two characters. So don't expect to see the T-800 go up against the T-1000 in Terminator 2, as the latter is just CGI enhanced. Also, to allow for a wide range of entries, the fights in question may be of any variety. And of course, spoilers ahead.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Number 10. Shazam Family vs. Seven Deadly Sins, Shazam. Let's face it, at some point or another, we've all wanted to be superheroes. Fortunately for Billy's foster siblings, they all get the chance when Billy realizes he can't stop Dr. Savannah and his army of the Seven Deadly Sins on his own. Together, they say the magic word and are suddenly transformed into Shazam-like heroes themselves, each endowed with a particular power. While Billy engages with Savannah himself, each of his siblings revels in the opportunity to stand up to the beasts. While the particularities of each sin aren't clear, their terrifying nature had us quaking in our boots from the start. And seeing this newfound family work as a team to defeat them is the definition of fun.
Hi! I caught you.
Number 9. Doctor Strange vs. Dormammu, Doctor Strange. Okay, this isn't a physical fight per se, but it is an imposing confrontation that sees strategy gloriously outmatch unrelenting punishment. Before the godlike entity known as Dormammu can arrive at Earth and impose his will, Doctor Strange meets him on his plane of existence known as the Dark Dimension. Severely outmatched, Strange is quickly vaporized, only for the scene to reset due to the time loop Strange trapped the two in. After Strange is endlessly killed in a myriad of ways, Dormammu finally agrees to withdraw his forces from Earth in exchange for Strange breaking the loop.
But I could lose again and again and again.
It's not the final battle we've come to expect from superhero films, but it's ingeniously exciting all the same and makes us admire our hero more. Number 8. Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman vs. Doomsday, Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. While it would have been nice not knowing this would be the true climax of the film, thanks trailers, there's still a lot to appreciate here in an otherwise disappointing movie. After Batman and Superman lower their dukes upon some shared maternal nomenclature, they're set upon by Lex Luthor's genetically modified creature, popularly known as Doomsday. Solidifying this fight, however, is the cinematic debut of Wonder Woman, which realizes DC's Holy Trinity on the big screen.
She with you?
I thought she was with you.
From there, we get ultimate destruction as these superhero titans try to take down a literal one. Doomsday being too powerful, however, Superman sacrifices himself by impaling him with a kryptonite spear, leaving himself vulnerable to a fatal impalement himself. That's some dramatic stuff right there. Number 7. Hellboy vs. the Golden Army, Hellboy 2, The Golden Army. Working within the Bureau of Paranormal Research and Defense, Hellboy has naturally fought a host of CGI creatures, most recently in the form of 3 giants in the 2019 reboot. However, for our salt, it's his battle with the titular force in his previous cinematic outing that's most memorable, if only for the Guillermo del Toro-ness of it all. When the evil Nuada gains command of the mechanical army, he sets them upon Hellboy and his crew.
Hey, bull buddy, we ever get out of this? We gotta talk.
Though severely outnumbered, Hellboy does what he does best and packs a wallop to the large, slow-moving bots. Even discounting some robot-on-robot action when Johann Kraus commandeers one, this fight somehow manages to work around the filmmaking difficulties involving characters of different structural makeup.
Hey! Throw me a bone here!
Number 6. Thorin vs. Azog. The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies. The Hobbit movies are easily the black sheep relative of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, but let it not be said that Peter Jackson forgot how to film a fight scene in the intervening years. Since their encounter in An Unexpected Journey, the climactic showdown between the dwarf Thorin and the great white orc Azog was inevitable.
Azog.
This time, they meet on an ice shelf on the perimeter of the great battle, with Azog wielding one heavy stone flail. Thorin spends most of his time dodging until he's able to submerge Azog in the water. Seemingly dead, Azog breaks out of the ice and pins Thorin. Knowing that victory is impossible, Thorin allows himself to be fatally stabbed, so he can return the favor. Number 5. John vs. Ted, Ted. While some of us might get into a disagreement with our best friend from time to time, usually that best friend isn't a talking teddy bear. Late second act altercations are nothing new in storytelling, but Seth MacFarlane takes it a step further by making it a physical one with a teddy bear.
Sorry, look, Johnny, I know you're pissed, all right? But just listen to me for 5 seconds.
John blames Ted for his failed relationship with Laurie, and when too many hurtful words are said, the two start going at it in John's hotel room.
I wish I'd just gotten a Teddy Ruxpin.
Say that one more time.
Though both sides trade blows, John takes an unrelenting amount of punishment, from crashing into the wall to a lamp strike by way of ceiling fan. All throughout, it's hilarious, and might not have ended had John not taken a TV to the nards. Number 4. Yoda vs. Darth Sidious, Star Wars Episode III, Revenge of the Sith. Many Star Wars fans preferred the days when Yoda was just a puppet, but if there's one thing his conversion to CGI gave us, it's some wickedly cool fights.
If so powerful you are, why leave?
While we got our first taste in his climactic duel with Count Dooku in Attack of the Clones, it was the follow-up, Revenge of the Sith, that showed us the full force of his arsenal. No pun intended? Following Darth Sidious's coup of the Galactic Senate and the eradication of nearly every Jedi Knight, the Sage Master Yoda has a duel with the self-appointed Emperor. In addition to some wicked lightsaber action, we get a whole host of Force powers thrown in for good measure as we watch the Republic literally fall apart. Number 3. Thor vs. Hulk, Thor Ragnarok. Since his cinematic debut in 2011, the God of Thunder has had no shortage of CGI adversaries.
We are not your enemy's banner.
From Loki's destroyer robot to another skirmish with Hulk in the first Avengers movie. However, it's Thor's gladiator duel with the Green Goliath that proved most memorable and arguably put the most butts in seats. When Thor is captured on the garbage planet Sakaar and forced to fight in the arena, he's more than pleased to see the reigning champion is his long-lost fellow Avenger. Hulk doesn't exactly return the sentiment, however, and the two give us the slugfest we've always wanted.
Yes!
Thor seems to have victory in sight upon harnessing his inner strength, but the Grandmaster intervenes and knocks him out. Friggin' buzzkill. Number 2. Samwise vs. Shelob, The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. If you're arachnophobic, you might want to look away for this one. After Gollum tricks Frodo into entering the lair of the giant spider Shelob, the young hobbit finds himself paralyzed and wrapped in her webs. Never one to abandon his friends, Samwise Gamgee returns to save him in the nick of time.
Let him go! He will not touch him again!
The ensuing scramble finds Sam smothered and narrowly avoiding Shelob's pincers and stinger himself. After getting in a choice stab to Shelob's underside, Sam is able to drive the creature back into her den with the shining vial of Galadriel. With the CGI holding up to this day on the monstrous arachnid, we still squirm when this scene comes up, in the best way possible, of course. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Gandalf versus the Balrog, The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring.
You shall not pass!
Pops versus T-800, Terminator Genesis.
I've been waiting for you.
Arthur versus Vortigern, King Arthur, Legend of the Sword. Spider-Man versus Lizard, The Amazing Spider-Man. Jack Sparrow versus Davy Jones, Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Avengers vs. Thanos, Avengers Infinity War. No, we're not talking about Thanos' fight with the Avengers Big Three in Endgame, though that had some legitimate crowd-pleasing moments.
I will shred this universe down to its last atom.
No, for our money, we have got to go with the showdown on his homeworld of Titan in the previous film for its dynamic nature. A ragtag assemblage consisting of Iron Man, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, and a few Guardians of the Galaxy devise a plan whereby they remove his all-powerful Infinity Gauntlet.
I think you'll find our will equal to yours.
Surprisingly, it almost works until Star-Lord's emotions get the better of him and Thanos makes off with the Time Stone. It was a heartbreaking scene in that our heroes came within inches of avoiding devastation, but it was also an awe-inspiring one to watch as fans of the MCU.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.